I just wanted to talk about something real quick while I'm out here in the wilds of Montana. Man, and I thought about that, and you get what you ask for, right? I was like, I just wanted to get away from where I was and out of that little square box and away from people that were just gonna drag me down or whatever. And good Lord, did they give me no one? This campground has been empty for days. It's just me. I mean, it's getting cold, but still, it's pretty much spring. And yeah, so get what you asked for. Anyway, what I was going to talk about was um, one of the interesting things about connecting with your soulmate and actually doing the getting the connection, because I think that's what it takes, right? You can't just, you're not just like you're born and you're automatically psychically connected to your soulmate. I don't think that's how it works. Because I mean, I had that romantic idea of a soulmate, the other half of me, and I always thought that was a cool idea, but I didn't sit there and it registered, right, until she came along, and then but once it did, wow, yeah, it registered. Anyway, but the interesting thing about the bond is you take up the traits of the other person, like things that they do and like. That's where the tarot thing came in because I knew she through tarot, and she read for me once. I asked her about that, and she said the Green Man came up. So that's it. She wouldn't talk about it, but and I was like, okay. And I never really, I was spiritual, and when I was younger, I actually read some books on spirituality. Spirituality, well, actually, one there was a Native American lady that was writing a book that was really cool. Excuse me, and she talked about meeting an old medicine woman out in the mountains, and she was teaching her, just the ways of nature and natural. It was really spiritual, though. Anyway, I was like in my early 20s, so I was always, but in search of, questing, looking for a higher meaning or whatnot. So, but yeah, and then I started, YouTubing. And here's the funny thing: I didn't just jump on YouTube for tarot. You want to know how it all started? And it was, I don't know, it was New Year's Eve of 2017. I think it might have been New Year's Eve, 2017. I'm trying to think. Yes, yes. And I was too sick to go to my sister's because my brother and my sister-in-law were gonna go there. Go up to Sac from Tracy to party and hang out for New Year's Eve, and I was just not having any. I was sick, right? So I mean, I was like laid out for a week in bed. So I took my computer, my laptop out, and I just started YouTubing old episodes of Dharma and Greg. And don't judge me. I love Dharma and Greg. It's an awesome show. It's cute. And the people, all the actors on there were awesome. Anyway, and that's kind of a reason why I named my fire pony Dharma because of that show. Anyway, so I'm watching Dharma, right? And Greg and occasionally something would pop up on a little side screen, right? When I'm Googling episodes or whatever, or searching for episodes. And you say spacecraft and UFOs, and you're like, oh yeah, that's kind of stuff that gets me. So I'm all researching that, and I started Googling and researching UFO stuff, and you know, and and then eventually tarot popped up because I've always been interested in my Taurus, my month, and my horoscope and all that stuff. So, but never really got into tarot, and and stuff would pop up, and this one lady popped up. Her name is I hate throwing out people's because maybe somebody doesn't like me. I don't want to juju them or anything, but is it spiritual escapade or something? Yeah, she's a really beautiful lady, but it's very sweet spirit, and she actually talked to me. Well, she was throwing cards and she was talking about this chariot. She's like, "You're going on an adventure. You're going somewhere. You're out of here, right? You're in search of your happiness." And literally, I was right in the middle of moving um, from Tracy up to my kid in Medford to go hang out with my grandson, bond with him for a minute. And the funny thing was, what my brother, what he rented, looked like one of those old chariots that they used to ride in the arena, the little box ones. Anyway, most of it was just my paintings. That's all it was. But so anywho, and after that, I started watching it more, and other readers would come up, and it would give you suggestions, and I ended up getting the certain readers that were just really in tune. And this one girl was super cute, right? She's a Taurus, and she was reading me, and this was when I was really going through it, right? And she was just, and the idea is to guide and help your higher self, getting to attaining enlightenment, getting to that, you know what I mean? To, be a better person, to vibrate higher. So they're teachers, they're helpers, or guides. And this girl was throwing tarot, right? She was just getting pissed. She was like trying to verify this 3 times, and she couldn't understand why the one they were soulmates. She was like, "These are soulmates," and she couldn't understand why the one wasn't with the other. She's like, "Are you?" She started cussing. She's adorable. You have to see this girl. She looks like a bucko 5, right? And I'm gonna throw up, but she's so cute. And she was like, "Why would somebody that knows this is their soulmate not be with their soulmate, knowing it would make them happy?" She was getting pissed. It was so cute. But I was like, "Tell me about it, kid." But anyway, um, yeah. So I started throwing tarot. I just picked up. I just, whatever. It was. I can't explain it. I'm not gonna. But the one thing that was really easy for me in shuffling tarot was I grew up with a mother who was a gambler. She would literally be at gamble halls at night, gambling, playing poker with dudes, badasses, guys with guns in their freaking shoes and that kind of weird stuff. Serious people, right? Because money's serious, and these people. Anyway, so I grew up with a mother who we always had cards, always had chips. So I was always playing with cards, playing poker. I learned how to play gin rummy, all that stuff. So cards. So shuffling cards. It was easy enough, and I got used to that, and I was good at it. So and just interpreting the cards, it was basically me learning from all these other tarot throwers. When I would go onto, when I go on YouTube and look up tarot, Taurus, whatever, and all the readers and the ones I usually have on subscribe to, excuse me, that they're really good too, and they help to guide you. And yeah, you'll find the ones that resonate. They're usually really sweet. They're positive. They don't. A lot of times you get these really weird ones that are just always negative, dark, and it's like a lot of times they're pulling in the dark energy. That's why you got to watch it. Not all empaths are good. We're like Jedi. There's good and bad people. So there's bad empaths, and they will mess with your head. That's their thing. The more you suffer, the happier they are. It's weird how that works, right? But so you gotta be careful what you do. But you'll know that they give you a positive. When you leave that tarot reader, you feel better about your situation, and that means that they've helped you. That is a positive, and that's what you want to find in a tarot. There's Kaiser Ramblin' Mike, right? I love him. And he got pissed this last one. Boy, he was like he did like a group reading for everybody, but he got the Taurus. Boy, he was like having none of it. He's like, I'm done with this energy, right? And I was laughing. It was so cute. But yeah, I've never seen that pissed. He's a really sweet guy. And so yeah, that's a really good. He's a good one. But yeah, Chime Time, she's cool. And what is that? Minnow Tarot, Minnow Pond. I don't know. He's cool. There's a lot of good ones out there. There's some I'm not going to tell you because there's one I'm crushed on her heart. She's so adorable. She's literally a goddess. Little blonde lady from. Well, there's a couple of them. For some reason, in the UK, there's a couple of really adorable young, empaths. Are just amazing. One I just found who's just funny. She's more like a rock star. And then there's the other one that's just an absolute goddess. She's an angel, but she's young. She can't be 20. She's just a baby. But she's sweet. And she's adorable. And yeah, I'm crashing a little bit, but it's always good to have a little bit like that. Just listening to her comforts me. But it's nice to have people that connect and they care and they're empaths. That's their job. That's my job is to make people feel better. Try to. Trust me. It's funny. I love being around people when it's just like you run into everybody and everybody's in a good mood and I make everybody start laughing and stuff. I love doing that. I'm really good at that. I love making people like laugh out loud. That's the best. I thought about being a comedian. There's some stuff I'd love to talk about, but yeah, yeah, but yeah. So you pick up on traits on your soulmate once you meet them and once you bond. Yeah. So I wonder what she's doing now that I do. That's interesting. She did sculpture. I know she can paint. I think she's an artist too. But so, like I said, I didn't throw tarot until I didn't even know about it until I met her, and then you know, and it just came up, and I was looking at Dharma and Greg and UFO videos or whatever. So anyway, that's interesting. Still at the Thompson chain of lakes. There's like little campgrounds all over it too, so it's kind of weird. And I'm not at Logan. I'm not Logan State Park. That's just a couple little campgrounds down. I don't know. Cause it's shit weird. Cause there's like every other turnaround's a little spot for people to fish, and you can pay a fee, and they have little pits and numbers where you put your little tag. So and it's like out. This is like hardcore. I'm looking, and I've been driving around Montana. This is hardcore. I mean, you hear about Yellowstone and all this stuff, but this is out in the middle of nowhere. It is isolation, baby. Anyway, I haven't gone squirrely yet. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day, okay? Okay,